The Big Show on Kiss 92. Gotta get up.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. This is where you can tune in as well on our Facebook page, as well as our YouTube page, YouTube/
Kiss 92 FM.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so once again, Kiss 92 FM on both Facebook as well as YouTube.
All right, our guest for this morning is our therapist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan. Good morning, Gerry.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Gerry. Always so bright and cheerful. Today we're talking about letting fear go. We always associate fear with being
bad,
negative, right?
Yeah.
But can it actually be good?
It is an emotion. So I always say that if we don't have fear, we are not human.
So
Okay.
everyone fears something.
Everyone fears something. So all of us here fear something. So this is emotions are not good and not bad. It only becomes bad when it stops us from functioning or, doing our daily tasks.
Yeah, but isn't that the case for most people? It's debilitating.
No, I disagree.
Debilitating fear.
That's a different kind of fear.
Not butterflies in your stomach.
It depends on the kind of fear,
I
right?
think
Different levels.
Wait, first of all, what is fear, Gerry?
Fear is an emotion. So earlier I already said it's an emotion. It's our bucket of emotions that fall with and together with happiness, sadness, anger, frustration, elation, surprise. So fear is part of that.
But not all fear is debilitating, right?
No. So fear is actually supposed to alert us of danger. So that is what it is, It's supposed to keep us safe. So it's actually a very good emotion.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate being afraid of things,
What are you afraid of?
which is why I want to be fearless.
But nobody is fearless.
Nobody is fearless.
Even Superman fears something.
Even
Smokers are
Kryptonite.
fearless.
No, that's not true. Smokers are not
Right?
very smart.
Even when you talk to heroes, they will tell you.
Yeah, Superman fears kryptonite. Everybody fears something.
Yeah.
Right, but it'll be better if he didn't have to fear kryptonite.
Of
right?
course, it would
You know
be
what I
better,
mean?
but that would be an ideal world, and we don't live in it. So,
I don't know whether we...
The kryptonite, that you're
It's a bad
talking about
example.
is that one fear. It's not a bad example. It's just that one fear that we shy away from. But actually, when you think about it, everything that we do, we actually have a little bit of fear. When you first came into the studio, you had fear, you had worries, and that kept you on your toes, and you had a great, start to the show. So you would need that fear in anything that you do, and especially when you want to do something right.
I like what you said. Like fear keeps us safe. I
It's
like looking at
interesting.
it like that.
Gerry, can we actually live effectively without fear? I don't think so.
You'll die young.
I'm thinking about it, and I really want the listeners to just write in, on the Facebook or YouTube, whether we can live without fear, because I'm torn with this one. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm not scared," and because I'm not scared, therefore I can do a lot of things. But my challenge to them is they need to worry so that they can plan for options. They cannot bumble through and not have plan A, plan B, or not worry at all. So I don't know what other people think.
I get what you mean. Yeah, if you'd like to contribute, you can always head to our YouTube or Facebook channels. Once again, that's Facebook and YouTube / Kiss92FM. Or you can drop us a WhatsApp, voice note, or text to 88550920.
All right, the time is 8:03.
Kiss 92 time check brought to you by Putian Oyster Seasoning.
Dr. Gerry, we're talking about fear. Is it good or is it bad? And you wanted our listeners and viewers to comment. Debster comes through and says, a fear of dying.
So there are a few things that human beings are innately fearful of. So one of it is the fear of death and dying. Yeah, and then we have things like what are some of your fears? Glenn,
I'm not
Angel?
afraid,
But
yeah.
that can be debilitating, right?
yeah.
That
Yes,
if someone is
yes.
constantly afraid of dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of dying, but I'm afraid of getting old. Because growing old sucks.
No, it doesn't.
It
I'm
does.
not
Awesome.
talking about you. I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's how you look at it.
Yeah, no. I'm not, see, like I am.
I agree with Angel. Growing old sucks.
I feel like I am prepared to get older. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, obviously you have to.
Yeah.
But I'm still afraid of, superficial things like the looks going, the health going, the
Oh, right.
skin going, all that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
superficial, yet it's
No,
real.
no, it's important.
Yeah, so I'm afraid of things like that.
Gerry, tell me if I'm right. She says her looks, I'm just going to deal with the looks and the skin and all that. And she calls it superficial. That is not superficial if it's important to you. It's
So,
not.
I mean, everybody have their own, preferences, their
Yeah.
own, their own focus, their own perspective. So every perspective is important.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's I don't like rather than I fear. What do you think, Angel?
Yeah, it's not debilitating. I mean, I don't sit at home putting creams on my skin and hoping for the wrinkles to go away. No, it's not debilitating. So I say yes, I don't like the thought.
What about the fear of
growing old.
falling ill?
Yeah.
It can, and I've dealt with a number of clients that have the fear of falling ill, and they look at their skin and they are worried they get cancer or they think they have a lump. So they've gone for many MRIs and CT scans and doctor's appointment. Some of them fall into the category of OCD because they keep checking and checking, and they have that thought that I'm going to die. No, I'm not going to die, but I'm going to fall ill, and I'm going to have a terminal illness
And become
Or
a
someone
burden
around
to the
Yeah.
family.
Is
Thoughts like
is
these.
that being a hypochondriac though, or is it a real?
No.
It's not, right? It's different.
No, it's slightly different.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So the hypochondriac would take immense care in themselves, and they are the ones that would take a whole lot of vitamins and minerals, and they would be the one to shove you the vitamin C's. But the other one, where they fear illnesses is somewhat different. They really go and they check every part of themselves.
What are the most common fears out there that you see, Dr. Gerry, besides fear of falling ill?
The fear of insects.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, some of them have the fear of balloons. Have you ever heard of that?
Clowns?
Heights. I think we
Heights,
were
yeah.
talking about heights. The fear of the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people, if you look at the horror stories and ghost stories, you probably can see what people pick on and play up, and they play on your fears.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do these things like the fear of balloons, the fear of the dark, and maybe even heights come from somewhere, or is it something? Because you're not born with any fears except two fears. I think there are only two fears that people are born with. I'll look it up. I can't remember what it is.
One is
I think
falling.
I think one is falling. I can't remember the other one.
Can't remember what the other one is.
But these things are not innate, right? So they start somewhere.
Yeah. So when we look at fear and it becomes a problem for us, it's like an alarm that cannot be switched off, because an alarm keeps us safe. It tells us when and where the danger is, right? But when the alarm cannot be switched off, then we are in trouble. So, where it comes from is probably when they have experiences before that they cannot handle, or they cannot control the experiences. So they are very helpless during those circumstances. For example, trauma situations, where they have no control over their environment. Bullying, where they are told they have no control over themselves or their environment, and no one can help them. Yes, or flying, where you're placed in a situation that you just have to sit and accept whatever circumstances. So there's a lot of helplessness, as I describe all these situations, that you have no control over, and it's being forced onto you. Maybe flying not so, but these experiences they are being forced onto the person.
So the two fears born with falling and loud noises.
Loud noises. That's
Loud
right.
Loud noises.
Yeah.
It's your two innate fears.
Innate
Yes.
fears that you're born
You're
with.
born with. That's why when you hear loud noise, you jump.
Oh.
Yeah. Gerry, these things like flying, like being afraid of the dark, insects, they all must have a root cause somewhere, don't they? Like I've been locked in a dark room, or like I have a degree of arachnophobia because I was scared by a massive daddy long legs when I was very small. Right? Are all these things rooted in something?
It's very deep rooted in our psychic, actually. Like, you see little kids, and some of the little kids, they are frightened of insects. But why are they frightened of insects? It's deeply embedded in our, it could be transgenerational, it could be, encoded somewhere in our system. Yeah.
Okay.
And interestingly, it can be in vitro also.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, Gerry,
Okay.
hold on. We'll just go for a traffic update and then we'll go back on air.
I can talk about my previous fear of the dark as well.
Previous fear.
Previous fear of the dark.
But now,
Also, you
not
overcome
scared
it.
Now
again.
I'm okay.
Now we have torchlight this way.
No, I have my phone with me this week.
Hold on.
Kiss 92 traffic.
All right, quite a few breakdowns out there on the KJE towards the PIE before the PIE towards exit of vehicles broken down. Also on the BKE towards the PIE after the Mandai Road exit. Please avoid lane 3 if you're on that stretch. Another vehicle has stalled. And on the TPE towards the PIE at the Pasir Ris Drive 8 exit, yet another vehicle has been spotted. If you see anything else, it's 8855-0920. Stay safe.
Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place. We are with award-winning psychologist this morning, Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. We're talking about facing our fears. Good morning, Gerry.
Good morning.
Good
And
morning,
are you
Dr.
ready
Gerry.
to face your fear?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
What are you afraid of, huh?
Yeah, Dr. Jerry, yeah, what are you afraid
What
of?
are you afraid
I'm
of?
afraid of many things. I'm actually quite a scaredy cat. Yeah.
So cute.
And
A cute
Julian's
scaredy
coming
cat.
on later. No, I mean Julian's coming on later, and driving is also a very scary thing for me. But it makes me sit up straighter, and makes me a bit more alert. People that know me know I have horrible visual spatial, so I really have to be on the alert.
Next time, if I recognize your car, I'm driving behind you, I'll honk you.
Yeah. And if you ever offer me a ride, I'll say no, thank you.
I tell you, it's so funny.
Gerry, coming out of the pandemic, we're now all opened up and everything. Have you seen new fears?
New fears. I think the old fear of the flying for some people have come back because they need to go back on planes again. So for 3 years they didn't have to go on planes. They were really, really happy. So then, now we have to restart the whole thing again. New fears, not quite, but some of the interesting ones are like fears of tunnel. So I was talking about driving, right? And sometimes we have to go into the tunnels, whilst driving. And you have some drivers that cannot manage that.
Like the
So they have to
MCE.
take
Yeah,
Like the
that's
MCE,
a
because
super long
because
one.
it goes through.
Yeah, it's
it's
a long tunnel.
underwater.
It's underwater,
Yes,
yeah, and it goes on
yes.
forever, that one.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ray on our YouTube channel has asked, how much fear is too much?
How much fear is too much? So I mentioned earlier, right? When the alarm cannot be switched off, and you start panicking, or you start having panic attacks, anxiety
Yep.
attacks. You're having like sweaty palms, heart palpitation. You cannot function. You have that choking feeling. You start to rope in people to participate in your fear, meaning like, can you help me check? Is this correct? Is this, so almost going towards an OCD sort of behavior where you start, getting everybody involved. When you are dysregulated, so think of things like hysteria, paranoia, you start accusing people, you start blaming other people in the environment. So it starts to hit many different areas of your life, it bleeds into other areas, and you no longer can function because your entire mind is just thinking about that fear. So you've got no more capacity to do anything else.
This is where a shot of Bacardi 151 will be great.
But Dr. Gerry, yeah, you wanted
You
to
go
ask
ahead,
something.
you go ahead.
I wanted to ask you the difference between fear and phobia, and I guess we can talk about that on the
Yeah.
Big Show TV.
Yeah.
All right, up next, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Danny, California, on Kiss 92.
So what's the difference between a fear and a phobia, or are they one and the same?
No, so your phobia is a clinical disorder, right? So you have all the different kinds of phobia. It's so fear is still quite rational. So you have that idea that, okay, this is dangerous, and you want to avoid that danger. You want to keep yourself safe. Phobias is irrational. And it now has taken the other direction where it doesn't make sense at all. And when people look at you, they go like, no, it doesn't make sense.
Wait, did you say
Yes.
phobias?
Phobias.
Phobia.
What did you say? Phobias.
I heard you say phobia.
That's why I was wondering
No,
why
no.
you look so confused.
No, because to Glenn, 4 beers irrational, cannot. 8 beers irrational. Yeah.
on a school
Sorry,
night.
On a school night.
What's wrong with me this morning? I'm just thinking about alcohol.
Okay.
Only this morning.
Okay, Gerry, people say just get up and face your fear. Now that can be a good thing. The reason why I say this is Mol just sent us a message, right? I had my first brush with death last year. I feel I've changed. I'm a changed person, as it made me appreciate many things in life and be less fearful of challenges. In that sense, I feel fear helped me.
Yeah,
So-
so that is an experience that he has the ability to overcome and deal with. So he comes out with more tools, more coping strategies. So when fear overcomes us is when we perceive a situation as very severe, when we feel that the danger is right in front of us. And when we feel we do not have coping skills. So that's when I was describing in different environments, you feel very helpless. So if you are in an earthquake, so my heart goes out to those that are still having to deal with the earthquake. And
Yeah.
in such a situation, it is very severe. So
And
the
they
fear
just
is
had
very
earthquake number
real.
3.
Yes, yes. So in their mind, they cannot get out of it. They don't have any more coping skills. or coping strategies. There's no way to work around it anymore. And the danger is very imminent. So that's when it can move into a space that is more than just our emotions, where it, usual sort of fear.
Yeah. I wish I was braver.
I think we all do at some point in our lives.
For sure. Like Carol on our WhatsApp says that we should acknowledge fears so that we can have a healthy assessment of the risk of what is going to come. But he says don't let fear stop you from achieving what you want.
Of course.
Yeah.
We also have someone, anonymous, says fear is something you imagine. The fear of losing someone is real. Fear of going, say, for a skydive or a bungee jump, but then again, with courage, fear is something that we can conquer.
So
A bit
those
all
are
over the place,
extreme sports, so those fear that sends you adrenaline pumping. I guess why I wanted to talk about fear is, some of us know that I put on social media. I went to watch Frozen, which I really, really, really love. And to me, that is about fear and about letting fear go. So this girl, this Queen Elsa, or Princess Elsa, when she was growing up, she was really fearful of letting people see her gift, and it is a gift. She didn't recognize it as a gift. People recognize it as witchcraft. So she wanted to hide it, right? And she was worried that it would bring shame to the family. She would hurt her sister. So there's always that I don't want to let people down. And it could be that sort of fear also. I don't want to let people down. I need to live up to expectation. I need to protect someone. And when she was finally able to let go, I think that liberation I celebrated with her.
So the song "Let It Go" is about letting go
Letting
of
go of
fear.
fear.
Thank you for the
Yes.
synopsis.
Yes.
I've never seen Frozen.
Let it go.
I've never seen
Yes.
Frozen, so yeah.
I love this song. I mean, it is such a lovely song that no little girl would not know, and everywhere in the world, kids are singing it.
Wait,
but
wait,
it
wait.
is actually about letting fear go.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. You've never
Never watched
watched
Frozen. No.
Not even
Once.
the movie,
No,
the cartoon?
no, never.
But you're a girl.
Gee, thanks. My kids are so much older. No, I never watched. No. No,
Oh,
it's okay.
no,
No,
I
it's
spoiled
fine.
it.
No, you didn't. There are no spoilers when it's past like
No,
X
don't worry
amount of
about it.
years.
Yeah,
No. There are
yeah.
no spoilers. No, absolutely not.
Jerry, I want to ask this question. It's been said to me, and I can. It's been said to thousands of people who are listening and watching us now. Oh, come on! The only thing to fear is fear itself.
So when it overcomes you, yes. But that can be said for any of our emotions also, right? Yeah, you can be too happy, you can be too sad, you can be too anxious, you can be too frustrated, you can be too exhilarated. You can be too surprised until you get a heart attack.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's true.
Tian Hui on our YouTube wants to know how we can convince someone who has unwarranted fears when their fear is debilitating. How do we help people like that?
So I've now that mental health and mental wellness is a little bit more acceptable to the population, I will just encourage you to bring your friend down to someone, like a counselor, a psychologist, just to check in, and just talk about it. Just talking about it sometimes put things in perspective and helps you to have clarity over the situation.
But also talking about it with friends and family, it should help, right? If they're not being judgy.
If they're not being judgy, you just said it.
Jerry, here's the thing, and it's this is where I get really sensitive. Unwarranted fear. There is no such thing. It's perception. There's no such thing as
Easy for people.
unwarranted.
It's
Easy for
unwarranted
people
fear
to
from
say.
someone
It's
else.
so
yeah.
easy to say, unwarranted fear.
And
Yeah.
these
But
are the
there's
people who
no
have not
such-
even jumped out of a plane at 14,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing, really, is there?
Sometimes sometimes when we say unwarranted fear, it really depends. We have the best of intentions. We want to calm the other person down, or we don't know how to calm the other person down. So we try to downplay it a little bit.
That's the worst
So
thing to do, right? To say, oh, it doesn't matter, your fears are unwarranted, calm
Yeah.
down. I mean, those are the worst things to tell someone who isn't calm.
Yes. So, we can do it afterwards to highlight to them that this is the situation, but yeah, we will not tell them when they are already so anxious. Why are you anxious? Nothing to be anxious about.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say,
Okay.
let not your heart be troubled,
Yep.
So,
neither let it be afraid.
Wow.
Wow. Today you do the quote.
Thank you.
Oh, well done, Glenn.
Thank you.
I
very
like
much.
that.
I tell myself that all the time.
I like
Does
that.
it work? Not all the time.
yeah, but that's okay as long as your mindset is there. Everybody fears something.
It's interesting. Many years ago, I had a heart attack, right? And when I tell people this now, they don't quite understand it, and I don't know how to put it in words.
But you're braver now after that, right?
I'm not brave. I'm not any braver.
Oh.
But I fear leaving my family behind because I always believe that your work is never done. But I don't fear death.
You're one of the most prepared people I know. I don't think you should fear leaving your family behind at
but
all.
that's not the point. I fear all that, but
not
I
dying
don't
itself.
fear death.
You don't fear death.
No, to me,
The
it's
act
gonna
of death.
come.
The
Okay,
act of
that's a
death
good point.
itself,
It's gonna
yeah.
come.
Wait, no, but that's a good point. So is that even
Yes.
normal, Jerry?
Okay, wait, fear the
we
red card
go-
first,
I
fear the
think
red
that's a
card.
Fear the
very
red
good question.
card.
Okay.
We'll go on air.
Okay.
Hold on.
It's
you
our
say
last
that.
one. Our
Yeah,
last
yeah.
one.
Traffic.
Last one. Stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Okie dokie. On the PIE towards Tuas, right before Upper Jurong Road, an accident has been reported now. This is causing some backup to Jalan Baha. Avoid lanes 3 and 4. Or I highly suggest avoid that stretch altogether. If you have anything else, WhatsApp it in to 88550920.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. You can watch us live on our Facebook page as well as YouTube. Kiss92 YouTube/Kiss92FM. Right?
YouTube.com. Yeah, same thing. It's,
Okay,
it's,
YouTube.com/Kiss92FM. I think
Well
you do
done,
that.
well done. Yes, yes,
The next
okay.
time you do that.
All right.
Okay, we've come to the money part of the show.
Hmm.
Okay, because I feel like this is the part where everyone is going to go, wow.
Have a moment.
Okay.
Okay.
These guys have just connected with me.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready for that moment?
Okay, this is the moment. FD, go ahead.
Okay, so quite a few years ago, I had a heart attack. I survived it, obviously, and now I fear leaving my family behind. I fear leaving my wife behind. I fear leaving my children behind, because I believe my work is never done. My work will never be done with them. But that's just me as a husband and as a father. But I don't fear death.
The act of death.
The act of dying, because it's going to happen. And that's in my mind. It's going to happen.
Life is a living death.
Is
I
that-
mean, we all die.
Is that normal? I feel it's very easy for people to say. I can't say that I don't fear death.
But you've never been there.
Yeah,
He's been close to death.
I've been
That's
close
what
to
he's
death.
saying.
You see?
yeah, you've been close to death.
Yeah, but
you
that-
didn't die.
No, but it opens your mind.
But it's funny that he can say right now that I don't fear dying.
Because he's been there, done that. That's why.
No, he's not. He's not
No,
died.
I
and
haven't
come
he's
back
not
to
died.
life.
died,
No.
but he's come
You know
close
what I
to
mean?
it.
So this, to me, it's easier said than
Said
done
than
as
done.
well.
Okay.
You say it right now.
Yeah.
But if that time comes, right, I don't think you will be as fearless.
well, I'm telling you how I feel now.
But
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
assuming a slow death, not a sudden death. Because if it's slow death, then you know it's going to happen, right?
Yeah, but
Like,
whatever the case is, death is scary to many, many,
Many
people.
people.
So how can someone say he's not afraid, or how can she say, that she's not afraid of dying? Is that rational at all,
That's interesting.
Jerry?
I'm the worst person to ask because I deal with a lot of the teens, and the teens will tell me they're not scared of death at all.
Because to
those
them
with
it seems like it's a
existential-
it's far
far
off,
away.
you know. But
No.
young people pass on.
Oh
as
wait,
well.
no, she said no.
No,
Sorry?
not because it's far away. I deal with the teens and the young people that have existential issues and crisis. So
Right.
they are ready to go at any point in
Oh,
time.
I see.
It is Auntie Gerry that gets them to stay on Earth, and
I
the
see.
family and the friends that gets them to stay on Earth. So they don't fear death at all.
That's
so
scary.
So there's a lot of people that don't fear death. There's another group of the seniors who do not fear death because they have led a very contented and fulfilled life. But I agree with FD when you say, it's that what do I leave behind?
Yes.
Who else is there? I cannot do my work anymore. I cannot care for these people. My heart is still on earth, but I have to leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
So different from the teens or the young people who say, I've got nothing on earth, and they don't fear death. For many other people is, what do I leave behind on earth that I cannot continue to serve and to love? That really scares them, and they want it to continue, you see.
Yeah.
So you're not alone, FD. You're really not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? It's not as rare as you think.
I think I don't fear death, but I fear the process of death and being dependent
But
on
I
others.
think if you're
Dependent.
enjoying life so much,
Yeah.
you will fear death. This is the way I.
No, I just want to
feel.
go quickly, like in my sleep or something, without any pressure on anyone else.
Okay, now it's getting a bit morbid.
It's okay. You
like-
know what? Yeah, I was talking. So every third Monday of the month, I meet with mothers who have lost their children to suicide. So last night I just had one, and we were talking about the legacies our children leave behind. So perhaps just to soften the mood a little bit, and I've got all their permission. So one of the young person that has left us has written down in a book, and the mom read it for us. So he reminds us to be kind to people, be nice, be patient, and most of all, not to push people away. So he reminds us to accept support. And I think we learn so much. Angel, I love you.
You always make me cry. You need to stop doing
You're
that.
terrible, Gerry. Always.
Even I know Glenn was feeling it as well, because
Yeah.
suddenly he turned to me and he's like, do I have permission to tear at least?
Yes, you do. So in my sessions, you feel safe to cry. You feel safe to just be yourself. And that's what sessions are all about. I love you, Glenn. I love you, FD.
I love you too.
Okay, on that note.
Yes, I think that's good.
On
note.
that note.
I will end with a quote.
Okay.
And it's what a friend said many, many years ago. And he says, embrace uncertainty with love. And that's what we are all doing.
Yay.
Thank you very much, Gerry. Always a pleasure having you on the show on Tuesdays.
The pleasure is all mine. See all of you.
Bye.
I love you, Angel.
Love you, Dr. Jerry. See you next week.
See ya. Coming up next, we've got Julian Kho from sgcarmart, and here's Lizzo featuring SZA special on Kiss 92.
Dab my face, dab my tears.
No
Oh my
tissues,
goodness. No,
Amon.
I have.
We give away a prize, lift up the mood a bit.
Oh, yes,
Let's do
that's
this,
right.
let's do this.
Okay,
While we
we've
bring
got a
Julian
$100 something.
Yeah, we got something.
Yes, we do. A $100 dining voucher from Gerry's. Now, Gerry's is located at Rochester Park, and they serve up some it's a contemporary Italian restaurant, and they serve up all sorts of great dishes like your scallop carpaccio, your cheese wheel pasta, cooked a la menu with lashings of shaved truffle, no less. And they also have their juicy OP ribs. I still don't know what OP stands for. This is
Oh,
flambéed.
please give me.
We should ask them. This is flambéed and finished in the oven. So if you want to win that $100 voucher from Gary's, thank you. I got
The
tissue
tissue
here.
paper
I got
came
tissue
in.
here. All you have to do is answer this question that's scrolling at the bottom of our screen.
When did Jurong Bird Park close? When did
This year.
Jurong Bird Park close?
No, that's not the answer.
Stop it!
Last month.
Stop it!
Oh, wow.
When
so
did
January.
Oh,
Sometime in
So
January.
last
You
month,
know,
right?
I,
Yeah.
I
When did
defeat
we go?
myself coming up with
we
this.
went to the bird park.
in December, I think,
December.
or November,
Yeah.
something like
November.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
just
we went.
before. Yeah, it
Yes,
was so
yes,
nice,
it was so
right?
cool.
Wait, let me see. I remember seeing the sign. Bird park closes.
Closing in X amount of days.
It was like 70. Right?
Like at the beginning of the month, I know, right? Sometime after the
January
weekend of
1st.
the...
Remember,
Sometime after the weekend of the 1st, I think it was.
Second.
Sometime around there.
guys,
Third-
remember,
First few days of
there is
January.
the last day it operated and then the day it was closed.
Right. So you're not looking for the date, last date operated,
I'm
right?
not looking for
Of
the
course,
last
the
day.
last
Okay.
day it's operating. It's still,
Still
Operating, right?
So the following day.
So
The following day.
beware. What are you tearing for?
FD is talking to
Everyone's
his
crying this
imaginary
morning.
friend, yeah.
Ah, come on. Anyways, here we go.
Julian Kho is in the
So
studio.
you go to our Facebook page in the comment section and tell us, when did Jurong Bird Park close?
Okay. Easy. Just Google.
January something.
Yeah, actually.
Anyway, morning, Julian.
Good morning. Good morning, guys. I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to put on my sunglasses.
Oh, what happened?
Got a bad
Conjuncti-
case of
conjunctivitis.
suspected
Wow.
conjunctivitis. So I saw the specialist yesterday. She was like, "Don't worry about it. It's going to last you 3 weeks." So I don't think it should be lasting me 3 weeks. She
Are
said
you-
there's a good chance it's going to be 3 weeks. So I said,
Are you going to
Oh,
look
dear.
like Maverick right now?
Man,
Go on,
you're
put
gonna
the
look- you're gonna look like
glasses
Tom
on.
Cruise for
I'm
3
going
weeks.
to look like Salt Bay instead.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like Salt Bae.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
got to do the thing.
Yeah, my wife was really concerned. She was like, you know what, can you please be responsible?
Aw.
Wear your sunglasses when you're in the office or in the studio. I was like, no, I'm gonna look really
Can I ask you a
Thank you,
question
wife.
before we
Thank you,
get
wife.
into the whole automobile thing?
yes.
Why the wearing of sunglasses?
I don't know. Oh, and
To make people feel comfortable. You saw how swollen his eyes were.
Is that
Wow.
I'm asking this out of ignorance. Is that the reason?
Is it purely cosmetic
or
reasons?
is it because your eyes become super sensitive to light or
Well,
whatever?
that too.
oh,
I mean,
no,
it's-
I mean, I feel perfectly normal. I feel a little swelled up.
But no pain or
no
anything?
pain. I mean,
Yeah.
a little discomfort.
Okay.
Is genuinely uncomfortable.
No
actually, but,
itchiness?
no, so
Okay,
far
that's
so
good.
good. No.
But it is a situation where, or condition where you tear quite a bit, right?
Yes, yes. And plus, I listen to Dr. Jerry as well. So.
Yeah.
That'll make you today. That made everyone tear.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But so I decided to, I don't even wear sunnies when I'm driving. No, that's the thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't even do that because if I find it a little bit uncomfortable,
Yeah,
I find it a
I-
little bit dark.
Same, yeah.
But it's nice though.
It does hamper me.
I miss those
Yeah.
days where I used to wear like shades everywhere.
And now?
I mean, my lenses were tinted.
Yeah.
Now I wear transitions.
Okay, so you don't need it.
Yeah, so you can see my eyes before.
Age.
Age.
I think so.
No, but I realize it's my healing process has slowed down significantly. I mean, I thought
You're
I could
older.
get this. I thought I could get this over and done with in a couple of days. It's been 5, 6
I think
days
last
maybe.
week you had one of your eyes was red
Exactly
as well. I
right.
did notice your left
yeah,
eye.
and I thought it was just gonna go away, and it just got worse.
Okay.
And it's just not.
Is this
getting
something
better.
you get quite often?
No. As a matter of fact, it's the first time ever. And I got so worried I had to see a specialist, and the specialist just said, it's really just a regular viral. Because I got really concerned. I said, is this going to be like glaucoma and stuff? Because, I've
no,
never
Yeah.
had
I
this.
mean, it's the eyes.
Yeah,
you're
and she was
talking
like,
about.
no, it's really just a regular viral infection. It looks very, she said conjunct. And I just, okay, is it conjunctivitis? Is it
And?
and she said, yeah, probably, but
It
we'll
looks
wait for
very
your
conjunct.
test. Yeah, she said, we'll wait for your test to come out because it's very typical, like swollen eyes and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have meetings later on, so
So keep the glasses on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be really
No, very
weird, man.
cool. Very
No,
cool.
but the look is very cool. Gotta say.
Yeah, but I don't even know how to tell them. Like, pardon me, I have to put on my glasses.
No,
because
don't.
what? What
Don't.
do I say, right?
No, just
Yeah,
just
you
say.
just keep
say
your
my
glasses
eyes
on
are red.
and then look and then put it back on.
yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. You know how
Yeah.
some people, right? They're very prone to bursting their blood vessels in
Oh
their
God,
eyes.
why
Ah,
would they do
yes,
that?
Right?
yes,
They
yes.
always have it.
Oh.
I don't know. Some people are
Oh,
just
not on
prone to
purpose.
that.
You mean? I thought they thought they put their fingers in their eyes and burst their
It's
No.
the
blood vessels.
easiest vessel to burst in your entire body. The eye. that vessel is the easiest to burst, actually.
So when I had that break-in when I was 10 years old, and this guy strangled me,
Yeah.
he strangled me so much that all the white in my eyes became red.
Red.
Oh.
Every single spot became red.
I completely understand.
Everything.
Because when I was practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu,
Yes.
there was a sparring session. So
It
someone is
happened to you once, yes.
rear naked choking me, right?
Oh.
And I wanted to hold on for as long as I could.
Yes.
I mean, I know if I'm going to like lose consciousness.
Your blood
or whatever.
vessels burst?
So I held on for as long and boom, one eye.
Oh, red, right?
The blood vessels burst.
Bursts.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Oh. But I mean, on hindsight, I wish that was the case for me.
something as sexy as that, right?
Yeah.
I got
Because this just
strangled.
looks horrible, man. I mean, it's very worrying in all honesty because it's been going on for too long.
But at least you've seen someone.
Yeah,
least, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and I just want it to go away as soon as I can.
Okay,
Okay,
talking
let's
about
talk
things
cars,
going away.
yeah.
Yes.
You want all right turns at junctions to be thrown
Not
away.
left turns, right? It says here left turns, but that must not be right.
Yeah,
It's
not that I know
Sorry,
of.
it's left turns, not
yeah,
right.
we do have right turns as well. So right now the thing is accidents have been occurring all the time. You know, if you do it discretionary, which means when the arrow is not out yet, you have the right of way to turn
Since
right.
when?
I had no idea there was
No, yeah,
discretionary
exactly.
right turns.
No.
I've seen left.
I've seen
never
the left.
Right.
Is there a sign?
Okay, so I think what they mean discretionary is the left turn is turn left on,
On
red.
red,
Yes,
correct.
Right?
yes.
Yes.
That is long gone already. We have already demolished that because that is just, I think a lot of people, they either don't realize it's there or they sort of take advantage of the
Yeah.
situation. So that's a little bit
There's
risky.
still one in front of Four Seasons, not Four Seasons, Cascaden Road.
Oh, really? It's still there?
It's still there. I was just
Really?
there a few days ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What's that hotel?
Hilton?
No, in the corner.
Regent?
Regent.
Regent.
Yes,
Regent
the Regent
Hotel, yeah.
Hotel.
Okay.
You know,
You're coming
if you go straight, you're going towards Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
stretch
yes.
of road.
Yeah,
right?
Oh, and
Yeah.
then you can turn left onto
Yeah, so you
that.
turn left on
onto
red.
Tangman to
Oh,
go
wow.
into
Yes,
Tangman,
yes.
right? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, Past Dan
right.
Ryan's.
That's still there.
Past Dan Ryan's.
Yes.
No, I've
It's
no
such a
idea.
small junction, they forgot to take it down.
So, but I've never heard of turn right.
Yeah, you have some, especially, I think what they are really trying to demolish here isn't just that discretionary left, but more like the right where, you know, it's green light, you can actually make that right turn without waiting for the arrow to
Oh,
come
when
out.
it's green light. Oh,
Yes,
right,
when it's
right. Waiting
green
for
light.
traffic to
Exactly,
stop. Right,
exactly.
right. Got
So-
it. They're trying to get rid of that?
Yeah, they're trying to completely get rid
Oh.
of that. So what happens is that now we have arrows. We have
Right,
that
okay.
red, amber, green arrow coming
Yeah.
out. In the past, I think it's very tricky because you are always looking out for cars coming
Yes.
your way.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
forgot that there are people crossing the road.
Yes.
Correct.
So you gotta
Yes.
look two ways. One
Yeah.
is whether or not people are crossing and whether or not cars are oncoming cars, right? So I think accidents have occurred far too often. People are dying. Year on year, it's about over 400 deaths.
More
Because
pedestrians
of
than
this.
cars.
That
Yeah.
too.
More
That
pedestrians,
too.
Because, you know,
right?
nowadays you've got all these Kayu drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I tried two zebra crossings. I was trying to cross the other day, and nobody stopped. They just
Really?
continue.
Yeah, now,
Man,
okay, where's the rule with this, huh?
They have to stop.
I'm at a zebra crossing.
Yes.
I still have to check for traffic, right? I
Yes.
just don't blindly
yeah, of
walk,
course,
right?
of course,
Of course.
yeah. But a lot of cars just go.
when they see someone waiting, should slow down, correct?
Yes.
It's
There
a
you
law.
go.
What
It's
I
a
can't
law.
stand is people thinking it's a zebra crossing, but
Oh,
it's actually
yeah.
not.
It's not.
Yeah.
Like that crossing at Scott Square.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, they're just like,
I have to
You wait.
inch. I have to inch and
Yeah.
inch and inch and
That's
inch. and
hard.
And you know how it is, right? If you knock a pedestrian down, you're probably going to lose the case. 80% is
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
your
Yeah,
fault.
yeah,
Right? It's
yeah.
the same as knocking a motorcyclist. It's usually not favorable.
you are the bigger vehicle,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. It's not
Yeah.
favorable to you, but there are times when they really just test our patience on the road.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult.
Can we say that a zebra crossing does not give you right of way as a pedestrian? Because right
it does.
of way
No,
means
it does.
right of way means I just walk, you know?
No, you cannot walk. You have to slow down,
Yeah,
obviously,
you
but
sort
you
of-
have right
Yeah.
of way.
I don't really think right of way is
Or is
the
that the
right
wrong
description.
terminology?
Yeah, I think it's more of just giving and taking. I
Yeah.
think that should be the way. I mean, we are on public roads, right? It being
Yeah.
public roads just means it's all shared.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you can't take things for granted. The driver shouldn't be taking things for granted. So
Yeah.
is the pedestrian, right? You don't cross the road looking at your phone.
Yeah.
I saw one lady. I kid you not, watching Korean drama while
Yeah,
walking.
no, yeah, people these days.
Unbelievable.
Because they're not
man,
afraid. They're
unbelievable.
not afraid of dying. Like FD, not afraid of dying. as
And
well.
also the cyclists as well. They can't just come off a pavement and just
Yeah,
go boom.
exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
across
exactly.
the
Because if
zebra
you're
crossing.
afraid of dying, terrifying, which is a healthy fear,
Yeah.
then you will look to your, you know,
You won't walk and
you look
watch.
to your left,
I mean,
you
don't
look
walk
to your
and
right.
watch.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
and there are
You'll be
times
focused.
I think a little patience go a really long way. I know I'm not the best person to say this, but there are times whereby I purposely accelerate when the guy just walks past me so that he knows that he's walking too slow. And it's a very
you're
bad
one of-
thing to do.
you're one of
yeah.
those, are you?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Sometimes I can't control myself. And my wife looks at me and says,
I'm
you know
sure
what, that
she
was
does.
really uncalled for.
Yeah.
You know, something could have happened, and you know, you
He
you
could
would
have
have
turned
regretted
around
it.
and changed his mind.
Exactly
know?
that. So a little patience go a really, really long way.
Our wives are so nice. Huh? They
I know,
always kind
right?
of like
They-
bring us back. You know what I mean?
they put- she puts
Imagine
me
if you
in
didn't
pace.
have any
Yeah.
women in your lives.
Oh man, it's gone,
bunch
man.
of hooligans.
I'll
I
be
know.
a jerk, man.
I would have gotten the
Will
red
be.
eye many years ago. Yeah.
Okay, stand by. Going back on air.
Okay.
Okay. Let's talk about that just now. Quite interesting.
This is our last
The-
option. Hold
yeah.
on.
Justin Bieber with Ghost right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. Our guest for today is the general manager for media at SgCarmart. He is Julian Kho.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Julian.
So, Julian, we're talking about getting rid of the discretionary turn right. Does that mean that every traffic junction is going to need a green arrow?
Yes. So right now we have about 300 around the island. By end of this year, there should be about 1,200 of them.
Yeah, I've noticed the change because before it used to be green go straight as well as green turn right. Now it's green go straight stop, and then they have the specific turn right
right,
as
yes.
well. Yeah.
Yes.
So they have changed a few of them.
I think it's a very, very good change because accidents are happening every year. It's about 400-ish accidents every year because of this right turn. As I mentioned before, when you make that right turn, you don't just look out for oncoming cars, there are pedestrians crossing as well. And the moment, you know how it is, right? When you see no car, I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to accelerate and go for it. But what if someone's actually crossing? What if the green man is still flashing and the guy's just like running, you know?
Yeah.
This is exactly what happens. This is exactly what has been happening for the past couple of years, which is why I think the government has realized, you know what, we need to put a stop to this.
I think, yeah, but drivers need to have more patience as well. I see a
Yes.
lot of drivers like, you see someone crossing the road halfway and they try and squeeze in between.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Have you seen that?
Yep,
Like someone's
yep.
crossing, you at least wait, let them cross, and then go. And some of these people are old people
Yep.
as
Yep.
well.
I'll give you a classic example of impatience that happened to me yesterday. Coming home, not going to mention it, any brands because it's really bad.
Just mention
Yeah,
the brand.
no,
We're
just
talking
say.
about, we're talking about the brand of car. Huh?
Yeah, so a guy in a Harrier, door open.
Yep.
I thought you said you were not going to mention.
No,
Yeah.
this is wait,
This
listen,
is the good
listen.
car. This is the good car.
So my car honks because he can't get past.
Yep.
So the guy in the Harrier starts to close the door. My car doesn't wait. Bang! Sorry. My
my
microphone went
goodness.
off.
Excited.
Bang! So the wing mirror on my car
Yep.
hits the door on the Harrier.
Oh, my.
Didn't I horned means you shut your door straight away. He didn't even wait.
The guy
You
that
weren't
was
actually
driving your
driving
car.
your
No, it
car.
wasn't me.
No.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? I'm so upset about this whole thing.
So
hair
did
stands.
did you say anything to the driver?
I went, what are you doing?
And
He never closed his door. What?
so ruin your own mirror.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're willing to sacrifice your own car for your impatience.
This was a taxi.
This was a this was not a grab. This was a private hire,
You're
right?
willing to
Was
sacrifice
this a
your
private
vehicle
hire?
for...
Was this a private hire car?
I'm not going to say.
No, it wasn't your friend driving, right?
it wasn't
It's not
my
your
friend.
friend, so it's a private hire car.
No.
We can assume that.
But-
yeah,
okay,
but-
he always uses Grab, though. I think.
So, you know, anyway,
great grab
as far as
user.
I'm concerned, all of them are taxi drivers.
No, but that is ridiculous.
So taxi drivers, okay, they actually, right, they take a lot on the roads.
Yeah,
So it's
they
come
do.
to a point where many of these taxi drivers don't care anymore.
Yeah.
You know, if someone offends them on the road or whatever, like this
Yeah.
case, right, if they get fed up, right, they don't care. They
Yep,
just go for
yep.
it.
No, I completely agree.
I had
I
a taxi
completely
driver
agree.
tell me this once, you know, I am so fed up, one of these days, I'm just going to crash my car into another car.
Oh my God.
This was years ago when I was taking cabs.
Careful, all the private hire cars are going to come after you because they
Yeah,
say
I-
they're not taxi drivers.
Yeah, they're
All
not.
of
I
them
actually
are
had the same
the
experience as
same.
well because this cab driver actually told me, can you imagine how it feels to be on the road 8 to 12 hours every single day. I've got no off days.
Yeah.
If I don't work, I don't get
Yeah.
any income, and I still have to pay the rent. Can you imagine how tiring it is? You think
Yeah.
I'm gonna signal and be like, thank you, and raise my hand? I'm not gonna do it because it's already been 8 hours, right? I'm just gonna go if I wanna go. I wanna stop when I wanna stop. I'm tired. I don't wanna be too considerate. I don't wanna care too much because I just want to get the job done.
So who's to blame for this then?
I don't know, but I can't blame him because it's sort of, I can
It's tiring,
completely
yeah.
understand because it's really trying, man. I mean, I drive 6 hours on the road and I really want to put a gun to my head.
I drive half an hour.
Glenn, you're
I'm
just
honking at people.
But listen, if you're tired and driving on the roads, suggestion would be to take a little break
Yeah.
because don't drive on the highways, especially if you're sleepy.
I know,
But
I
of
know.
course, I
I
mean,
know.
speaking
It's-
of taxi drivers, not all taxi drivers are
No.
impatient.
No.
There are some very patient ones
Yes.
as
of course,
well.
of course.
Very interesting, guys. Prashant just put up an article from the Straits Times about these red, amber, and green turning lights. They've reduced accidents by 40%.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
That's a great
Excellent.
move.
Wow.
Great move.
Because I have actually had the experience where there was an oncoming car, and what I did was I just went straight ahead without realizing that someone was still crossing, and I had to jam brake.
Yeah.
And can you imagine? I was lucky at the time because
No
the
one
roads
was
were
behind
empty.
you.
You know, the roads were empty. And can you imagine if there was a lorry coming towards me and I can't? I obviously can't go anywhere.
You're
right?
in the way, yeah.
I'm in the way. I mean, he's
That would
gonna
be a
just
wonder
come.
barbecue situation.
Right. I mean,
or if someone was behind you.
Exactly. I
And you
mean,
jammed the
I
brakes,
wouldn't
yeah.
be here anymore. So I think getting rid of this whole discretionary right turn, left turns, what turn have you? No discretionary at all. Right?
use lights.
Yes, exactly. Just use the lights. I think that would save a lot more lives.
This is good. Well done, LTA.
Good
Yeah,
job.
that's-
Very nicely done.
Finally, something's working well.
Credit where
good
credit is
team.
due.
Credit where credit is due. Absolutely.
Okay, Julian, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks
and
for
we
coming
thank
in.
you for joining us all this time.
Very happy
Yes.
to. Very, very happy to. I think it has been a very, very good run. We were just talking outside and we're just talking, oh, you know what, from another radio station, we have been there for like 4 or 5 years, and this one as well
Yeah.
for a couple of years, right? 3, 4 years, because
Exactly.
COVID has been what, 2 years?
2 and a
And
half.
we've been doing that throughout on Facebook Live. I think it has been an honor. It was a privilege. It's good memories.
You
know, it's
sound like you're
memories
saying
that-
goodbye, though.
It
You're
is.
not, right? You're
You
not
know.
saying goodbye, right?
Well, of course I'm not saying goodbye. We're still gonna meet up, of course.
Definitely.
That goes without
We've still
saying.
got that drink session.
Yeah. I was just telling David outside. I was just telling him, David, can we do sometime mid-March? Like, can we just
Absolutely.
do sometime, please?
Let's do it next week.
Yeah.
Sometime next
I'm
week.
traveling this Thursday. Actually,
okay.
I'm heading out for a test drive with Lexus RZ, which is the electric version of electric RX.
Okay.
I'm coming back. I'm leaving again for Italy for Ferrari Purosangue.
Oh, you go for the
Yes,
somewhere.
yes,
Nice.
and then I'll be back. I'll be good for March.
we're not
Okay.
jealous at all.
I want to
yeah.
heal my eyes. I think my eyes is very
Yeah,
important. Then yes, but I think drinks would have definitely help.
Of course.
My wife
course.
completely disagrees. By the way,
No,
she
no,
was
no.
giving me hell last night. She said, "I already told you to stop drinking, but you kept doing your scotch, right? Just because your father put the glass on the table, you couldn't resist. You couldn't say no, and it's just going to make it worse because you know your heart palpitation, blah blah blah. blah, blah. It's
You
gonna
know what?
get-
I hope she's listening on the radio right now.
No,
you know,
but
She's probably looking after the kids.
I got your back on this one. When your father puts the drink on the table,
You have
it's
to.
filial piety. You
Exactly, exactly.
respect the elders, yeah, respect
This
the
was what
elders.
I said to her. And you know what she said? But your brother said no. And I said, because my brother needs to fly and he's responsible that way. And she said, you mean you're not responsible for your health? I said, one step at a
You
time.
can't
it's
win.
okay.
You can't win, Julian.
Yeah, I know. I've got to choose my battles. I have to choose my battles. So if my health is down, I'm just gonna say, you know what, you're right. But I did the favorite thing, which I shouldn't do. I just did the
Oh,
Yeah, I just did the I did the one hand thing, right?
You're
And
brave.
No,
Not
it
good.
happens once every many months. I don't push my luck.
he has no
Okay.
fear of sleeping on
All
the
right.
couch. Clearly.
Anyway, thank you very much, Julian, and
Thank
thank
you
you to
so
David
much.
as well. Thank you so
Thanks,
much
guys.
for
Thanks,
joining
guys.
us all
Thank
this
you.
time. We'll continue our wonderful working relationship
Yes.
together, and
Absolutely.
from time to time, you guys can still come on the show. Okay.
We'll
right.
continue the offline relationship.
For sure.
Coming up, headline news and sports.